to Unladylike Opinions. This is my review on Love Island Season 7, Episode 20. And this episode took me on a roller coaster, especially the ending. Left me with tears and then confusion. Like, did I waste my tears? Because I'm not a crier. But that episode made me cry. I don't know what's going on with this season, but all the changes, I don't know how to feel. I really don't. But let's get into this episode. Hold on, I need my towel. My eye running already with the elder. Okay. How you say the boy name? Is it Ellen or Elon? Elaine? I don't know. E-Man and Sierra talk and they bond over being Libras because she said her and Iris are Libras. And he said his mom is a Libra and all he has dated has ever been was Libras, which she liked, but it's weird to me. Like, is that just like what you go for? Or do they just, or is it a coincidence that everybody you date is a Libra? I don't know. But the chat was boring. I really didn't pay too much attention and didn't think too much about it. But she said within 5 minutes of conversing with him, she is heavily interested. Zach with the C goes and chat with Iris, and he said he lives with his brother, has never lived alone, and she said she hates being alone as well. She asked why he chose her. He said she was attractive and cool. She said she knows what she wants and she wants more chats with him. Okay, back at the villa, Grayson talks to TJ and she says she doesn't like affection in person. And TJ tries to explain why he dogged the kisses because, you know, he gave everybody, I don't think but one person got above a 7. I don't remember. But he said he just trying not to go home. Yeah, we already knew that, TJ. Huda tells JD she know he probably already knows she's a mom. And she says she dates for marriage. She not dating just to date. JD said he dated a mom before. And he said you just have to find open communication and, you know, take everything from there. But he's not closed off to dating her because she has a kid. She said she can't fake things and you can see her emotions on her face. And he said he peeped it. And JD said he's a chill. And the only crazy he has ever been is the adventurous type of crazy. Like jumping out of planes, I think he said. Something like that. Hood is happy to finally be in her zone and not being closed out. And I ain't gonna lie, I like seeing Hood like this. So, JD said he likes that Huda took accountability for her past, and I don't know when she did that. I listened to that conversation, but like producers be producing, I guess, because I don't see that because it's making Huda look in a good light now, which I'm happy about. But anyway, Sierra says she over there sick to her stomach about Nick being in the bed with someone else, and I'm sick of Sierra talking about Nick. Austin is excited to just be sleeping with someone else that ain't Maya. That's how I took that. So Nick said he is feeling dangerous with all his chats, and he laughed while Sierra over there talking about she missed her man. JD was so sweet. He brung Huda and Amaya breakfast because, you know, Amaya is single at the moment. So Shelly said she missed Ace. And I'm like, show don't tell. But Zach with a K, I'm sick of seeing this. Zach with a K, I don't know. I don't really feel him like talking about. He says that Alandria is one of them girls that it takes a while for her to open up. And he said she told me it took her a week to give Taylor a kiss. And Zach said he ain't got a week in here. You ain't lying. Hopefully you go home and Castle over with. But I ain't gonna say that. I already did. Amaya pulls JD for a chat. Amaya said she got 24 hours to make some work. So Amaya put in work this episode. I ain't gonna lie. She said it's different at Casa than it is at the Villa because she's misunderstood at the Villa. And JD says when he initially talked to her, he saw that she had genuine energy. And of course, that makes her smile. Then she gets emotional because she feels like he understands her. Like I think Amaya feel a little defeated. Like she's not always getting picked. And when she does get picked, it doesn't go that way, the way she wants it to go. So TJ pulls Banner and she says she is super close to her mom and her parents been together for a long time. He gives her the same rundown he gave was Iris and said wanting to show his dad he is successful, and she says she thinks he is the total package. TJ is boring to me. I don't see TJ doing nothing with effort, but okay. Ace and Coco go talk and he tells her she's gorgeous and that color she has on is pretty on her. She said she could tell he wasn't a morning person. And he said, man, you just don't know. But I know y'all be wanting y'all breakfast, so I go on and get up and get the thing done. So she tells him she can show him around LA because both of them are from LA. And he said, show me around my city. And she said, I don't know if it's your city for real. He was like, are you for real? So she was like, she likes to paint. What kind of paint she said she do? I can't remember, but surprisingly, he likes to spray paint. I'm a wild surprise. He from LA. I don't know. I hate to put that like on the LA people like talking about, but I'm surprised really. She says she can tell Ace has a hard exterior but soft and squishy in the inside, and she's going to explore both Ace and Taylor. Alandria and Zach with a K talk, and he asks would she move from Texas, and she said she likes to stay towards the south, and he says he never been in the States before. He tells her he wanted to kiss her during the challenge yesterday, and she said maybe we'll kiss in another challenge, and he asks what about outside the challenge, and she said she don't typically, because she don't move like that in the real world, so she's not gonna move like that in here, even though that's like I guess what people expect you to do. But she said she gonna stay true to herself. She's not gonna change her morals just because of this. And it might backfire on her. I hate it, but he respects her boundaries so he say, but he really don't. But she says she misses her boo Taylor. I don't think Taylor miss you, but and then we flash over to Taylor, and Taylor talking to Clark and says he misses his horses. And she said, what did she say? At one point, she wanted to be a veterinarian, and he was like, oh, and that kind of intrigued him a little bit. But Taylor and, Ace and Nick is watching him, and they said the conversation, Ace said he wants the best for Taylor, and him and Alandria left on good terms, but Nick stops him in saying that and said he sees Clark as more relaxed girl, and that's why he wants that for Taylor. Taylor says he's conflicted because he likes them both. And Ace and Nick say they never seen him smile like this on the first day of knowing somebody. Y'all only know this man for 3 weeks. How he only seen him with one other woman. So shut the Jaden and Austin see a helicopter fly by, and they talking about they want to ride, and they bond over being adventurous, blah, blah, blah. Sierra Hood and Alandra say they are worried about Amaya. She is pulling all them in, and they aren't pulling her first. She pulling them. Amaya trying to get in where she fit in. So I don't know what y'all talking about. Sierra asks Huda what if JD picks Amaya tomorrow and Huda would still be single. What does that mean? And then Alandra say she likes Zach with the K, but wants to stay true to herself. And Sierra says Alandra makes her comfortable to lean more into her match. And it makes her question her connection with Nick, as you should. But Nick is still on her mind. Chris gets a text. Chris at Casa gets a text, and then Jaden gets a text at the Villa. Chris text says, I think both of these texts say the same thing. It says, Islanders, tonight there will be a recoupling at the Villa, and at the Villa and Casa Amor. Anyone not chosen will be single and vulnerable. TJ is nervous as hell because, he's single and he wasn't really vibing with people like talking about. So Amaya pulls Zach with a K. And see, she said she doesn't want to be pushy, but she likes him, and he likes that she isn't afraid to talk to people. And he said he has a lot of commenting with Alandria, but he hasn't kissed her yet. Why was that big on his mind? I do not know, but who knows? And so he kissed Amaya, and that just tickles her. She say she wanted more kisses, and they kissed, but to me, the expression on, he said he liked it, but the expression on his face, I don't know, it looked like Zach with a K putting on the front. Zach with a K trying to, I don't know if he trying to play the game. He trying to get some cutty. I don't know. Zach with a K got some type of motive, and it ain't, I don't think he feel Amaya like talking about. Taylor talks to Coco, and he said he had a good conversation with Clark, and Coco asked him about Alandria, and he says he misses that connection, but he doesn't know what she's over there doing, and he gonna focus on what's in front of him. She ain't over there doing nothing. He living in the moment, he say. Ciara over there thinking about Nick again and crying her eyes out, saying she is overwhelmed, and she just gets up and runs off. And I'm sick of Ciara and Nick. That's why you should have never gave that man, you should have never gave it up. You should have never gave it up. You should have never gave it up, girl. She said she's scared Nick is building a strong connection over there. He really ain't. He trying. And Nick is talking to Jaden, and she like all his tattoos. He said he think Jaden has feelings. He has feelings for Jaden, and if he were to couple up, he would choose Jaden. But Ciara and Casa feeling sick, crying every 5 minutes, and he talking about he'll choose Jaden. I don't know what that was. All the girls are nervous at the possibility of being vulnerable. Shelly says she misses Ace, but she likes Chris, and if it came in day one, if Chris came in on day one, she would have pursued him as well. So Zach with the K is feeling Amaya more because he kissed her, obviously. And Amaya pulls Alandria. Cause Zach, let me go back. Cause Zach with a K, when he kissed Amaya, he told Amaya to keep this between them. But he goes over there and tell the guys that he kissed her. But he want her to keep it a secret. But Amaya pulled Alandria and told her that she was feeling Zach with a K and that they shared a kiss. And Alandria says she appreciates her for telling her that, because that's the same thing she would have done. And now Alandria is stressing about what would happen tonight. Ace tells Taylor he wants him to be happy no matter who he picks. Austin asks Jaden where her head is at, and she said him and Nick both have the same qualities she like. And Ace and Coco talk, and he asks Coco who she's feeling romantically, and she says she feels him and Taylor. Nick said he told himself he's going to give the girl he wants 100% of him, and since he took the blindfold off from just being with Ciara, Jaden is his #1 off rip. Yeah, baby. Shelly and Austin get a text. Shelly at the Casa get a text, Austin at Vila, and said get together, telling everybody get together at the fire pit. One girl will find herself single and vulnerable and will leave the Vila immediately. Amaya has to stand in front of the fire pit because she's the only one single. The boy that has a better connection outside of his couple with Amaya has to stand. And surprise, surprise, Zach with a K stands up for Amaya. Amaya instantly starts crying. I mean crying. Because she already know what this means, because Zach was coupled up with Alandria. So Alandria is over there stone faced. Like she didn't give two. And so Zach and Amaya are now a couple. She tells Amaya it's fine. She promised it is, or whatever. And she tells her, get up here and join your man. And she was like, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I love you. And she tells them that, because they all crying. And she tells them, y'all don't see me crying. It's okay. Like, don't do that. But they break down crying. Alandria has to stand in front of the fire pit like Amaya did. She switched places with Amaya, and she tells them she promised she's okay. Tells them to stop crying, but that didn't matter. They were still crying. Andrina tells her she is so strong, and she said she has to be because no one is going to be strong for her. Zach tries to explain his choice and says he feels like a villain, and Huda says, well, what about Taylor? And she says, hug him for me. We'll find each other one day, and she's going to get her cowboy. I hope it's another cowboy, because I don't think Taylor is for you. I really don't. Then the boy is asked to stand up. Then it's the boy's turn. And it says, oh no, it says the boy that has a better connection outside of their couple to Alandra, please stand up. No one stands up. So Alandra is now single and vulnerable and possibly dumped from the villa. And Shelly just instantly takes off running. I'm talking about bawling, crying, makeup running, and the other girls right behind her. And my girl, Alandra, still standing strong. And the way them girls cried for Alandra, I ain't gonna lie, it tore me up. I'm talking about tore me up big time. Zach with a K asked Alandra, can he pull her for a chat? And she told him to say her words. And I know people trying to say she was mean for saying it, but she only knew him, what, 24 hours? What we got to talk about? So she hugs Shelly one last time and tells her to tell Taylor she's going to miss him. She tells them to stop messing up their makeup and keep their face card intact. They didn't care. They were still crying. Amaya said this is a wake-up call, and you never know who is going to happen to next. She gets herself together, and she goes over to them, and she cries just a little bit, say, you know, and she says she's been single for 5 years, and this time she feel like she was getting it right. She wants to find love so bad. That's what she said. And man, when I tell you, that just broke me. At the villa, they have a chance to recouple, and the boy that's left single would lead the villa, same thing. TJ is the only one single, so he has to stand in front of the fire pit. And so whoever has a connection with TJ outside of their couple should stand up for him. Vanna stands up. She knew she didn't have a chance with Ace. So now they leave Ace single. And he has to stand by the fire pit. And who has a better connection with him should stand up. Coco stands up for Ace. That means Taylor is now single. Clark stands up for Taylor. That means Nick is single because Nick was coupled up with Clark. They asked, did anybody have a strong connection with Nick outside that couple? No one stand up. So that means Nick has 30 minutes to leave the island. Now, that one shocked me because Nick was trying. Alandra didn't really give it too much, but Nick was trying. So the boys are all in tow. I'm talking about Ace's face was, they couldn't believe they boy was going home. I just don't, whenever Ace and Taylor really showed more emotion crying over Nick leaving than they ever did in a couple with Shelly and Alandra. That's how I showed her on the cameras. But I can't wait to see what Taylor find out Alandra is gone. But when Sierra find out about Nick, oh, she is gonna flip out. Ace and Taylor embrace each other as Nick leave the villa. Alandra meets with him, and as Nick is leaving out, surprise, surprise, a car is just coming up with love on the tag of the car. A Jeep is coming up, twisting and turning, and it gets, as Nick is walking out, the door fly open and said, Nick, come on, it's Alandra, telling Nick to get in. And it left me so confused. Was my tears for nothing? I need to know. Well, I kind of already know because you're going to see this shirt again in episode 21 because I'll be right back with 21 review because I'm late. But that's my review of episode 20. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and give me tips on what I'm doing wrong, what I can do better. I'm open to opinions. I'm not like that. I like opinions so I can do better with everything. I'm bored and this is my outlet to release my boredom. So I'll talk to you guys in another video. Bye.